This segment is sponsored by the Low Vision Centre at Envision. Expert advice and support to help you make the most of your sight.
Hi everyone, it's Angela here again with some more poetry for you. Ode to Psyche by John Keats. O goddess, hear these tuneless numbers, rung by sweet enforcement and remembrance dear, and pardon that thy secrets should be sung, even into thine own soft conchid ear. Surely I dreamt today, or did I see the winged Psyche with awakened eyes? I wandered in a forest thoughtlessly, and, on the sudden, fainting with surprise, saw two fair creatures couched side by side, in deepest grass beneath the whispering roof of leaves and trembled blossoms, where there ran a brooklet scarce espied. Mid hushed cool-rooted flowers, fragrant-eyed, blue, silver, white and budded Tyrian, they lay, calm-breathing, on the bedded grass, their arms embraced and their pinions too. Their lips touched not, but had not bade adieu, as if disjoined by soft-handed slumber, and ready still past kisses to outnumber. At tender eye-dawn of Aurorean love, the winged boy I knew, but who wast thou? O happy, happy dove! His Psyche true! O latest born and loveliest vision far of all Olympus' faded hierarchy, fairer than Phoebe's sapphire-regioned star, or Vesper, amorous glowworm of the sky. Fairer than these, though temple thou hast none, nor altar heaped with flowers, nor virgin choir to make delicious moan upon the midnight hours. No voice, no lute, no pipe, no incense sweet, from chain-swung censer teeming. No shrine, nor grove, nor oracle, no heat of pale-mouthed prophet dreaming. O brightest, though too late for antique vows, too late for the fond believing lyre, when holy were the haunted forest boughs, holy the air, the water, and the fire, yet even in these days so far retired from happy pieties, thy lucent fans fluttering among the faint Olympians, I see and sing by my own eyes inspired. So let me be thy choir and make a moan upon the midnight hours. Thy voice, thy lute, thy pipe, thy incense sweet, from swinged censer teeming, thy shrine, thy grove, thy oracle, thy heat of pale-mouthed prophet dreaming. Yes, I will be thy priest and build a fane in some untrodden region of my mind, where branched thoughts new grown with pleasant pain, instead of pines shall murmur in the wind. Far, far around shall those dark clustered trees fledge the wild-ridged mountains steep by steep, and there by zephyrs, streams, and birds and bees, the moss-lain dryads shall be lulled to sleep. And in the midst of this wide quietness, a rosy sanctuary will I dress, with a wreathed trellis of a working brain, with buds and bells and stars without a name, with all the gardener fancy e'er could feign, who breeding flowers will never breed the same. And there shall be for thee all soft delight that shadowy thought can win, a bright torch and a casement ope at night, to let the warm love in. Thank you. Another of Keats' poems I happen to love and takes me back to my childhood days is the wonderful Meg Merrilies. This old dear is living a simple life on the moors and is the focus of Keats's attention in this well-loved poem. I like to think she'd do quite well these days selling herbal teas. Anyway, here she is. Meg Merrilies by John Keats. Old Meg, she was a gypsy and lived upon the moors. Her bed it was the brown heath turf, and her house was out of doors. Her apples were swart blackberries, her currants pods of broom. Her wine was dew of the wild white rose, her book a churchyard tomb. Her brothers were the craggy hills, her sisters larchen trees. Alone with her great family, she lived as she did please. No breakfast had she many a morn, no dinner many a noon. Instead of supper, she would stare full hard against the moon. But every morn of woodbine fresh she made her garlanding, and every night the dark glen yew she wove and she would sing. And with her fingers old and brown she'd plaited mats o' rushes, and gave them to the cottagers she met among the bushes. Old Meg was brave as Margaret Queen, and tall as Amazon. An old red blanket cloak she wore. A chip hat had she on. God rest her aged bones somewhere. She died full long agone. Well, today I've loved reading some poetry by John Keats to you, and I hope you've enjoyed listening. Enjoy the sunshine wherever you are. Stay well and happy, and thanks for listening.